Good evening. I know you can't see me clearly. My light's not on. Maybe I'll give a little bit more light. Okay? This is all that's left of me, just my head. Nothing else. Whoop! There's a cat in the picture. Now, is this cat actually in the picture, or he's not? You can see him, but what do you actually see besides his tail? The tail of the story, the dark side of the moon. Where does our universe end? Just because we can see beyond Pluto, it doesn't mean our universe extends beyond Pluto. Every universe is united of, meaning the dark side of the moon. I went to see Transformers today, and isn't it ironic that after I make a couple of videos mentioning the moon, that now they're talking about the dark side of the moon? They're talking about the Transformers coming out of the moon, living in the moon. Have you ever played Nintendo before? Have you ever played online games? Don't you think if there's another planet somewhere that they should come here to this hostile planet that they have seen? No. They send the mechanics. They can operate in a hospital by you sitting at home. Mechanics. Mechanical world. Man. Angel. Neutralize. What does that mean? It means they build machines, but they're controlled from somewhere far and beyond. They see what's here. They know the machines are stronger and they can't get killed. They'll just send more machines. So they're sending us machines, and the secret is on the dark side of the moon. Why do I mention this dark side of the moon? Because that's what they tell us. If they would tell us any more, we would know the secret. Then it would no longer be the dark side of the story. It wouldn't be anything at all except for honesty. There is no honesty because we shouldn't all know. Why should we all know? We all live on this earth. No, we shouldn't know. We vote them in, and then they take all the votes and they do what they wish. I wish. We all wish to know the truth, but yet truth, you don't want to know the truth. That's the way they think. We can't handle the truth. That's true. A lot of us can't handle the truth. But we need to know the truth, so in time, the truth will not be as shocking. It's based on reason. Truth and reason. Trust and treason. Do the monkeys climb in the trees? Yes, they do. Am I jumping off the subject? I sure am. Cro-Magnon, Neanderthal, Homo sap, I world, the electronics of the neutralization of the connection of who we are. We deserve to know. But why should we know? Because if we know how much money, nest, my nest, egg, my nest egg, money. This whole thing is driving around money. It's not the honey, and it's not the gold in the pot. It's what they know, and the dark side of the moon is all we'll ever know, because dark is what? Dark is a mixture, so it has a meaning. Clear is the name of a color that we can see right through. Just because we see through it, it doesn't mean that there is no color. Color it, the word it has a meaning. The number 0 has a meaning. I went to see Transformers and it wasn't so great, and it was fantastic. Just knowing that others can see the same thing that I see about the dark side of the moon, the dark side of the universe, tricylindrical, I can't even say it and I made up the word myself. We're multiple universes, all connected. If we weren't connected, something's going to fall down. something is connected. If you put a ball into the hole and you block the air from going out the other end, that ball won't fall too far. So we're all connected. There's worlds inside the worlds inside the worlds. Because you can see out the window to the outside, how many parts of the outside is there actually if you speak scientifically? Sorry, I don't know too much about science. I know more about the reason of the treason. The trees, the breeze of the trees that blows on by, well, it's all the hidden secrets that pass us by. Why? Because it's dark and we can't see the dark side of the moon. Pink Floyd, Dark Side of the Moon. What other songs do they sing about that dark side of the moon? When the side we see is white, ghostly white. Potholes? Is that why we have potholes? Is it a pod or a pot? Is it the smoking of the pot that will open up our minds so we can travel deeper inside ourselves? How much do we know of who we are? There's a lot more to who we are than anything else. But we're breakable. We're breakable in many ways. And we pass on. And sometimes we pass out. Our minds travel. Electricity travels. You cannot transport it unless you know how. And the creator of this planet that turned our skies blue is the electricity that travels right on through our red blood, the connection to the matrix of this world. Did you see Transformers? You have to understand what you want to see in it if you want to like it. I almost cried the whole movie because it was almost like one of my dreams over and over and over again. Optimus Primal, the first book I wrote, Primus 1, Primus 2. Everything I've done in the last 9 months and 6 years has come back again a second time and a third time. I know I'm on the right track. Things will get rough. We will get tough, but at the end, we know the Lord. You don't want to believe in God? You don't have to. I'm having a hard time. But God is, He's just that other part that created so far in advance over us that we can't imagine it because we only can imagine what we can create. Anyways, it's time for my bed. It's 2:27 a.m. Canada time. And I'm still saying times will be rough. There are a lot of hidden secrets. The flags tell a secret. The countries, the shapes, the outlines of the lands. God set up the outlines of the lands to tell us a story. There are so many things we don't notice. When you look at the clock and it says 2:15, well, one hand is pointed at the 3, okay, and at the same time it's pointed at the 3, okay. If you would think at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, it would be 1,500 hours. But then again, it would be 15 seconds after 3. But while the hand is touching the 3, the smaller hand is just past the 2. So you almost have 15 after 2, and you also have at the same time 11:15. Why 11:15? Oh, because when the long hand gets to the 3 mark, the short hand gets to the 11 mark. So now you have 11:15 at 2:15. It's a little complicated, I know. Daughter. You have a sun, the sun is in the sky. You see a flower, it reminds you of the sun. You think of a daughter when it's actually a sun. But if you look in the center of some of these plants, there's a dot. So why not daughter? They had dot comics. But is it daughter or is it a dot tear? A rip in the skin, or tear means earth. Dot of earth. Do you understand what I'm saying? When I say daughter, the end word of daughter, that's why they spelled it with a G-H. God of heaven, E-R, the E world of rebirth. That's the heaven part. But when you say daughter is D-O-T, T-E-R-R-E, the T-E-R-R-E in French is Earth. DOT is the dot. We are the planet, we are the dot of the Earth. Anyways, 10 minutes gone, Raphael, 7286. I definitely believe in me. You don't have to believe in me. I just want you to make sure that you look left and you look behind you, and you look right and you look between you. And if you say who, that's an owl. So he just spins his head all the way around and he looks in all directions while he's still saying who. MrTacpans's, I feel a little bit like 7286. 1,521 years before the beginning of our earth, God had a thought, and he thought of us. So before any action took place, the action was in the mind of the Lord that created this whole planet. The thought was the first action, and the action I take now is towards the bed, for my actions are done for the day. Have a nice evening, have a nice day, and let the days continue. Thank you.